Welcome back. In the early 2000s, rom-coms were everywhere. But among the wave of glossy, high-concept love stories, and this week's episode, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, stood out for one reason. It turned dating itself into a game. Released in 2003, the film follows magazine writer Andy and advertising executive Ben. Both enter their relationship under false pretense. Andy is writing an article about how women drive men away by following every dating mistake in the book. Ben, meanwhile, bets his coworkers he can make any woman fall in love with him within 10 days. Their relationship begins as a pair of experiments. At first glance, the movie seems like a simple romantic comedy built on deception and hijinks. And of course it is, and it's a classic formula. But underneath the comedy lies a playful exploration of two ideas that dominated dating culture at the time: the classic battle of the sexes and the supposed rules that govern romantic relationships. And the film turns those roles into its central joke. Throughout the story, Andy deliberately performs a series of exaggerated dating behaviors. She becomes overly clingy, demanding constant reassurance, redecorating Ben's apartment with stuffed animals and pink throw pillows. She even names a love fern after him. Now, these moments parody a common stereotype about women in relationships, that we are overly emotional, possessive, and quick to push commitment. Ben, on the other hand, represents another stereotype: the confident, commitment-averse bachelor who believes he understands the game of dating. His goal is to remain charming and patient no matter what Andy throws at him, proving he can win the bet. Both characters are essentially performing gender roles. And now that's where the film's central tension comes from. The relationship between Andy and Ben becomes a competition built on manipulation. Each person is trying to outmaneuver the other while maintaining the illusion of sincerity. What emerges is a comedic version of the battle of the sexes, a scenario where men and women treat romance like a strategic contest rather than an emotional connection. But the film gradually complicates this idea. As the story progresses, we see their little performances beginning to crack. Now, despite their original intentions, Andy and Ben begin to reveal glimpses of their real personalities. Andy's sarcasm and intelligence surface beneath her clingy act. Ben shows unexpected vulnerability and sincerity. The irony is that their relationship becomes most genuine when they stop following the rules they initially set for themselves. And we see this when they play the game of bullshit. And now this shift reflects a larger cultural moment in the early 2000s dating culture. And this era was full of advice columns from the very magazines Andy wrote for, such as Cosmo. And of course, as always, in a romantic comedy, eventually the truth comes out. The bets are revealed, feelings are hurt, and both characters are forced to confront the reality that their relationships began as a manipulation. But the resolution suggests something optimistic. Real connection is possible once the games stop. The happy ending depends on honesty replacing strategy. In that sense, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days works as both a product of its time and as a gentle critique of it. The film embraces the fun and glamour of early 2000s rom-com, fashion montages, witty banter, and grand romantic gestures, while also poking fun at the rigid gender expectations that shaped dating culture at the time. Because beneath the bets and the elaborate schemes, the story asks a simple question. What happens when two people stop trying to win a relationship and actually start being themselves? And maybe that's the real lesson hidden inside the film's playful premise. Sometimes the quickest way to lose someone is to treat love like a game in the first place. So go ahead and give the subscribe button a push of the motorcycle pedal. Hey, we love bringing you original content every Thursday because, hey, this is the Real Relationships Podcast. So go ahead and subscribe to the Real Relationships Podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get podcasts. And go ahead and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Blue Sky. We appreciate our listeners, our viewers, our supporters. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon.